everyone, I'm Colleen with Awaken Catholic, and this is Awaken the Saint. Siblings tend to quarrel. It just comes with the gig of being human. When you live with someone long enough, you tend to find out what rubs them the wrong way, and can sometimes lead to an argument or a lashing out. Fingers are pointed when a family heirloom is destroyed because of an exaggerated push. Voices are raised when views aren't necessarily shared. The word hate might even slip out every so often by accident. But at the end of the day, we're all simply learning what it means to live in communion with God and each other through trial and error. What might be really difficult to handle, though, are the siblings who don't necessarily share views on faith and morals. When one sibling is more pious than the other, stakes and expectations rise. Jealousy begins to formulate. The doubt that mom and dad actually have a favorite begins to cloud our judgment. Instead of feeling encouraged to strive for greatness, one leans more toward rebellion. This was the case between Cain and Abel. If you're not familiar with the story of Adam and Eve's lives after the fall in Genesis, they went from the garden and bore their son Cain, followed by Abel. The two brothers were taught the love of God the Father, but Abel was the one who took it more to heart. When they offered their sacrifices to the Lord, Cain brought a portion of his harvest, and Abel brought the best, fattest lamb. Abel clearly became the favored one of God, and Cain knew it. Out of anger, embarrassment, and rage, Cain struck his brother and killed him. His hands were stained with the blood of his fallen brother. And when he was called out by God on the matter, Cain cried out, "Am I my brother's keeper?" The answer is yes, he was, and so are we. Arguments happen. We're all individuals with individual thoughts and views on how we experience the world. But what we do with our actions affects more than just ourselves. It can change the course of our lives and those around us. Cain and Abel's story is proof of that. Because of Cain's malicious heart and Abel's total faith, Abel is referred to as the patriarch of his family, which in the Bible sense means a father of the human race, a man of high respect. Not his older brother, but he whom Jesus himself declared a saint. Abel's focus wasn't on what God could do for him on earth, but how he could remain in paradise with God for eternity. St. Augustine wrote in The City of God that Cain founded a city on earth, but Abel, as a stranger and pilgrim, looked forward to the city of the saints which is in heaven. That should be our focus as well, surrendering everything to God to rejoice with our brothers and sisters in heaven. I pray everyone watching this has an amazing relationship with all of their siblings, but unfortunately that isn't always the case. If you do, that's wonderful, and you should rejoice in that fact. For those who experience frustration and completely different views from their siblings, have faith that God is working in those difficult moments. We're all called to love our brothers and sisters, and sometimes praying for them from a distance is the best way we can do that. When we give a total gift of ourselves to God, He will in return give us an abundance of love that we're called to share with our brothers and sisters. St. Abel the Patriarch, pray for us.